Hello and welcome back to Low Quarter Gaming. I'm Zach and I'm continuing on with my Aeon Trespass Odyssey, my campaign playthrough of this expansive, massive game. So, we just finished level 1 fight with a Hecaton, our last level 1 fight, because now we're into the spot on the chart where we have to pick a level 2 to fight either Labyrinthoros or Hecaton next. We have a couple things we need to finish up though. We did finish filling in some stuff for Anemos here, but that is later on because we were doing a timeline step. Where did I put my paper? We were doing a timeline battle. That's in the encounter step. We have to do the advancement step if we want to craft. And I don't think I want to craft. I want to save my stuff because the next day on our timeline here, we're going to get another structural technology and another battle gear technology. So I think I want to save my stuff until then to maybe be able to craft some more advanced stuff. So I'm going to save my resources. In the story step is where we resolve Nemo's breakthroughs, but we have another thing we need to resolve because I had a card that said I needed to resolve a special event. I didn't write it down. That was not a good idea. If I look at the name of them, I can remember, I think. Special event. We were supposed to finish it right at the end of battle. Could always get the Hecaton cards back out because it was on a level 3 Hecaton card. Fate or No Mercy for the Centimines. That's what it was. Centimines. As you're about to deal the final blow to the hideous creature, it cowers in fear, raising its hands, all of them, high in a gesture of surrender. You stop, startled. No. The noise produced by hundreds of fingers rubbing against each other sounds eerily like words. No more. Now all the hands are pointing inland, to a nearby hill formation. Before you're able to process what has just happened, the Hecaton writhes in pain. Its fingers and arms stiffen in rigor mortis, and now the pitiful creature resembles a dead spider. You curse under your breath. You don't know if it's morbid curiosity or some other, more noble motive that drives you toward that hill. It doesn't stand out from the landscape. You spend the better part of the afternoon looking for something, anything that would explain the Hecaton's erratic behavior. You're about to give up when one of your scouts reports a discovery. A recent maze quake has broken the land in half, revealing Aeon's old Centimane's ruins, with strange, faded cave paintings of giant cows on every wall. Among the precision-cut building blocks of what you imagine was a Centimane's village, you find a deeper hole still, filled to the brim with petrified substance. There was a purpose to it, a purpose you feel you need to uncover. As you rummage through the landfill, you come to the conclusion that the substance is more like mummified biological matter, covered in coral with a distinct familiar symmetrical pattern, clearly a type of sickness or parasite. And then you realize the biological matter is, in fact, bodies. Dozens upon dozens of giant bodies, contorted into grotesque shapes. 6-armed, their features unrecognizable. The bodies, though enormous, vary in size greatly, leading you to believe they belong to beings of various ages. Some of the bodies are missing limbs. Arms specifically. You count 99, 98, 99, and then there's some glyphs here. Is that the glyph for 1? Where is our Centimanes thing? Oh, you know what? I might have forgotten to reduce our Argo fate. No, I did it. Yes, that's a 1. I wonder if those other 2 things are zeros. But that's only 3 numbers. Why are there only 3 numbers? Are there special event paragraphs? No. Oh man, I really want to check this, but if I'm wrong, I get an Argo fate. I'm sitting at 1 Argo fate. All those who went in and subsequently emerged from the mass grave of the Centimanes now share a bond, a deep sorrow for the fate of the 6-armed giants and a deeper determination not to let this fate befall humanity. From now on, during every cycle battle with the Hecaton, you start with 1 break and 1 opening tokens in the Kratos pool. If you have an Earthshaker Titan, give it a name. That Titan always starts with 1 rage. So we start with a break and an opening token in the Kratos pool. Okay, so something else that I asked on the Discord that I'm gonna maybe have to go back through my videos, so this is a public service announcement for people, is apparently people who are playing have been writing down these glyphs that they come across, and as you discover more glyphs on what they are, then you can go back and try to figure out what those paragraphs are. So I'm going to write this one down. I really wonder, I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but this first one is definitely a 1. That's on our Centimanes card as a 1. The only other note that I have is what a 9 is. Does it say... If the paragraph doesn't show this symbol, you must have made a mistake in your decoding. Don't read it. If that's the case, gain a +1 Argo Fate. But there's only 3 numbers there. You know what? I'm gonna throw in a cut and check the errata real quick to see if there's like a number missing from this. And I might make a note of this ability here on our sheet, just so that I remember it. So I'll be right back. Okay, well now I feel kind of dumb because I was looking at this again. I didn't see anything in the errata for the storybook on page 83. So then I'm sitting here looking at it like, I don't understand. Why is there only 3 digits? You need 4 digits for a paragraph number. But then, let me read this paragraph to you again. It says, some of the bodies are missing limbs, arms specifically. You count 98, 99, ... and then there's the symbols, the glyphs. I know the first one is a 1, so I'm pretty sure this is telling me that those next 2 things are zeros, because it's like 98, 99, 100. So, yeah, and I didn't even get to writing down my ability here in the notes section. So I'm going to put tentatively that a complete box is 0. With a question mark. Then I'm also going to put in a Hecaton fight, start with 1 break and 1 opening token. So our first attack gets a little bit better. Okay, so that might have been a little spoilery figuring that out, but this whole series is going to be spoilery, I guess. I don't have an Earthshaker Titan, so I don't have something to name, and the rest of these are the rest of these are different things. Okay, so that was our special event for critting that BP3 card, which we got kind of lucky because that made the Hecaton really strong, but it died right after that. Okay, so that's that, and then we continue on with these steps down to the story step. There was nothing on here. We got the Titan already. There's no story event on the timeline. So we're just going to resolve the Nemos breakthrough. And it's imprisonment. Super small, you can't see it, it's M002, but it's imprisonment. We're going to be at level 2. You can reduce suffered pushbacks by 1. So this is a nice anti-Hecaton card. Knockbacks and pushbacks. Maybe Telebacchus should become our tank. Nemo's breakthroughs are on page 98. Imprisonment, gotta find the right one. M002, the dream is more vivid now. The walls of the cell are closer than you remember, and the weight of the chains greater. The perpetual darkness is broken only by a crack in the wall. There's nothing here for your mind to work on. So you focus on that one point of light and tug at the chain rhythmically and try not to go insane. Each time you jerk the chain, it rattles sounds, true as the sun coming up in the morning for those who can still look upon it. Each day you fail. No one ever comes to check up on you. You don't remember falling asleep. When you wake up, there's a small bowl of food just within your reach. Will this torture ever end? You don't know who put you here or why. Was it something you did? Did you commit a crime? Violate some law? Look at someone the wrong way? You don't understand why they're keeping you alive. Is this even punishment, or are you just waiting for the true judgment? Sometimes you think you hear voices, distant conversations in hushed tones. Sometimes rain patters on the outer walls of the cell. Sometimes you hear the wind whistling. Always you're alone, imprisoned. There is no end to it. A lesser mortal would lose hope. You pull at the chain. Gain 1 rage, and then we can move on. We can fill in that little triangle. We note the breakthrough is done. We got to gain a rage. Okay. I think that's everything for this day, because Doom Step is next. We've only got 5 out of the 6 on there. Instep, it's explored, that's it. All right, we're going on to the next day. So we cannot go that way, and I'm not going to go back towards this guy. That seems dumb. I'm going to run. So we're going to 070. Is that, oh no, it's not Doom, it's Progress. Sweet. Okay, and there's an adventure. Cool. 65. So we have an adventure, and this area is Hornsworn. Is that Hornsworn, I think? Yeah, those other things are the labyrinth arrows, pretty sure. Yeah. All right, so I'm looking to see if there's any secret codes, but no. And we move. Mark the timeline. So we are now on day 14. So much stuff everywhere. Move, timeline, exploration step, resolve exploration symbols, progress. I want to make more progress towards the story. Ooh, we could get another Inward Odyssey. That's the balance here. Let's move this one to the bottom. Put that one on top. I think we're going to go towards this so we can get our clue. Just try to advance. We are on side 2A of this card and 1B of the Doom cards, but one more Doom and the Doom is advancing. So, okay, so that's that. Then exploration draw. So I have to put Cackle and this vessel back in the deck here. We're pretty close. We're only a couple of days away from an acclamation where we change out the stuff that's in this exploration deck, so that's kind of exciting. We'll get some different stuff. Trying to keep that adversary at bay. Just stay over there where you are, man. Let's go down a little closer. Let's make sure they're not sticking like last time. Yep. Fishing pier, and that's going to end the stack. 2 trireme resources. Next stack. Gain a Titan, keep drawing. Hornsworn fleet, keep drawing. Resolve an effect based on your diplomacy with Hornsworn. We are neutral. And then that's going to get taken out. Are we neutral or are we unfriendly? No. Hornsworn, we are unfriendly. Gain an Argo Fate. Just going to do that now. So we go from 1 to 2. And we'll just take that out. That fell right at 1 and 2. Oh, speaking of falling, I did not pick up that die off the ground last time. That's weird how little things can trigger your memory like that. And that one was keep drawing. Yes. And a monument resource. All right, so 2 triremes takes us to 4. 1 monument takes us to 12. Holy cow. We need to trade with somebody. And a Titan. So we go from 7 to 8. So we got back the Titan that we lost in the last battle. Still Dreamwalkers. And all of these are not get rid of type cards. I really like this exploration mechanic. It's kind of cool. Expedition step. There is an adventure here. So we go to the adventure table. I have a paper for this. I do. We are on story card 2. Where's my box of dice? We rolled a 10. Uneasy rests the head. Giant shell. Let me just note that now. Another giant shell. I'm telling you, the fates want us to get an ancient shell. We had 2 chances last battle. Giant shell. Inner 3. On the next timeline battle. Okay. Uneasy rest the head is going to be the first time. So we're not making too much progress towards any of our adventures being done. Uneasy rest the head is page 59. And the alpha says deed. Curse dream crime. Voyage family gods. Voyage supernatural deed. Deed heritage dream. So we have to pick, right? If you have more than one with it on it, maybe we'll come back to that. Blood on your hands is deed. Oh, okay, so we have one to do here. This is the third one for blood on your hands. Haunted. Minoan heritage is voyage, heritage, fate. Okay, so we need to remember this. Maybe if I write it on the timeline, I'll remember. Nemos. That took up the whole line. Blood on your hands. Okay, uneasy rests the head. The Argo lies at anchor off the coast of Caliphatos. An uneasy pal hangs... Oh, wait. Sorry. I totally forgot I needed to look up what happens when you have more than one. I'm pretty sure you pick. Nemos nodes 27-ish, 29. Adventure rules. Finding social Nemo's card right on the Nemo's cards. Hub adventures. When you're about to resolve corresponding traits, can always only gain 1 node per adventure, regardless of the number of Nemo's cards. Mark the leftmost empty node, regardless of the number of cards you have. If both have it, they only gain 1. In that case, they go to the dominant one. That's the one with the most nodes. They both don't have any. So in the case of a tie, the player controlling the Argonaut can choose. Okay, so that's important, that it's the one that's the most filled up that it would go to, but they both don't have anything. Discard a condition token from another Titan, or discard. Siren Survivor doesn't seem very good. So I want to try to advance a Night to Remember. So I'm going to fill in a node on that one. Okay, sorry. We're at anchor. The dock is busy but not bustling. It has none of the raucous vitality you'd expect from such a place. There's an air of hushed tension, like an oft-kicked dog trying to stay beneath its master's notice. So you've heard you might find answers here. As you disembark your launch, you're greeted by a squad of heavy-set Minoan troopers. Horned Guard, by the looks of them. They're big and brawny but disorganized. They're used to throwing their weight around more than straight-up fighting. Their leader flashes you a smile filled with gold teeth. Welcome to Caliphytos, he leers. We're going to need to search your ship. Why? One of you pipes up. Because that's Andromo's law, that's why. Oh, and we'll need those weapons from you. Too many of those maze freaks running around. You don't look like their type, but can't risk them getting access to weapons. On the dock, a grizzled old captain with a salt and pepper beard watches with interest. The same Argonaut makes an uncharitable suggestion about where precisely this lot can stick your weapons. Gold Teeth grins like you're about to make his day. Choose! You came here for information. The last thing you need is a petty scrap with some local thugs. You try to convince them you're on the same side, but no one's diplomacy +1. C003. These people are used to getting their way. Strength is the only language they understand. You threaten them. But no one's diplomacy -1, C004. I want to get friendly with somebody. I'm 2 away from being friendly with the Minoans. There's so many other things you get if you're friendly with the local people and whatnot. So I'm going to choose number 1, get a +1 Minoan diplomacy. Hang on a second. Okay, just checking. Getting +1. So we are at the last box on neutral for Minoans. Okay, so C003. You assure them that you're working with the Minoans and have no intention of letting your weapons fall into the hands of the Labyrinthians. Gold Teeth starts nodding along as you talk. Gain +1 Stranger, subtract 2 Argo Fate. Okay, so we're down to 0 Argo Fate. We're at 2 Strangers. C0033. From behind the brute squad, someone clears their throat. A whip-thin woman steps into view. She circles around the group like a tiger. Leave, she says to Gold Teeth. We are enforcing Andromo's laws. The Oryx does not make the law here. This is Umuk's town. As such, it falls to me to interrogate new arrivals. You thugs couldn't spot a member of that accursed cult if they were carving lines into your forehead. You wonder how this woman dares stand alone against the crowd of thugs. A flicker of movement from a nearby building answers your question. She has javelin throwers on the roofs, covering them. The woman barely glances at you. Run along, she says. These brutes won't bother you further, but we'll have our eyes on you. There's no good reason for you to get in the middle of this. You head away from the docks and into the town. C005. It seems that Caliphytos is even more riven than the rest of Crete. No wonder the people here seem so cowed. The old captain from the docks falls into step with you. So you've met our fearless protectors. Tell me, travelers, he says, do they make you feel safe? As you walk, he lays out the situation in Caliphytos. Andromos, known as the Aurochs, is the head of a noble family that's ruled here for generations, by Minos' mandate. Eumach has come to town more recently, claiming to be in charge, with an iron scroll from Princess Federa. Each is vying for dominance. The Aurochs, with his gang of thugs, and Eumach, with her snatch squads, who will disappear anyone suspected of Labyrinthinian involvement. The Aurochs have been in charge here for years and never lifted a finger, he chuckles darkly. But the favored friend of one of Minos' daughters shows up and suddenly we're crushed between two overstrong hands. If the old spinner is with you, C06. She's not. The captain leads you to his home. He shows you the bruises that mark his son. They beat him in the street, and he's one of the fortunate ones. If he'd spoken out against Eumach, there would have been no beating. They'd have simply disappeared him in the night. He spits on the floor, his own floor. It makes little difference to me who stands at the top. Even a cruel law is better than no law at all. But as long as those two are set on proving their strength, the people here will suffer. If the Minoan guide is with you, C007. She is. The Aurochs is nothing more than a simple thug, says the princess. He's never fought for his people. He only acts now because his power is threatened. If Eumach... These names are so close to each other. If Eumach loses ground here, the Aurochs will fall back to his apathy. Gain 2 armament resources. If you side with Eumach in the next choice, make an Achilles tally mark. Return to 005. All right. Gain 2 armament resources. That's not the right page. Of course, it's underneath the book. 2 monuments, really? No, 2 armament, not monument. Armament. Okay, good. So we go from 3 to 5. If we side with Eumach in the next choice, make an Achilles tally mark, return to 5. We just need some information, you say. We don't want to get involved. Ah, well, here's the thing, the captain grins. You can't catch fish without getting wet. Not that it's for me to tell you your business, but it strikes me that whomever you tip the balance toward may show their gratitude. Side with one against the other and kick some of these bastards out. The Aurochs and his family have ruled Caliphytos for generations. For all his faults, the town will be better. Back under his freer hand, you side with Andromos Labyrinthian's diplomacy +1. Or Eumach is, or the second choice is Eumach is favored by one of Minos' daughters. Her methods may be rather sinister, but the Aurochs has had his chance, and Caliphytos needs a strong leader. That would give us +1 Minoan's diplomacy. Or the common people of Caliphytos are suffering from his power struggle, and neither the Aurochs nor Eumach is fit to rule. By disrupting their operations, you can put some power back in the hands of the people. You choose neither side. Well, I want more tally marks on the Minoan guide thing, just to see where that story progresses. So I'm going to continue with her and the Eumachs, so we get another Minoan diplomacy. So now we are friendly. So we get a +1 on diplomacy checks if they are the dominant species. If they are the dominant faction in the area. 009. After a quiet word with the woman from the docks, you track down the thugs from your welcoming committee. They're undisciplined and rowdy, and their authority comes from strength. You don't need to kill them. Just give them a beating the town won't forget in a hurry. Each Argonaut performs a courage or fury test, 8+. Gain +1 danger to add +1. And we need 2 or more successes to get the best result from this table. So courage or fury. We'll start with Cersegard here. She's got a +2 to courage. 6 + 2 is 8, so that's 1 success. Penelope has +1 to fury. Otis 0 also has +2 to courage, so let's go with Otis 0. And that's an 8, so that's 2 successes. We don't need to do any more. Your soldiers make short work of the brute squad. It takes a few broken bones to shatter their pride and spirit. Yumok is impressed with your prowess and bestows a valuable yet grotesque gift upon you. Gain 1 grotesque beak or powdered matter resource. Grotesque beak or powdered matter. I think those are for the gear that you can craft from the adversary stuff. Pursuer sighting. Well, grotesque beak. We need like a lot of both. So I'll just take, I don't have that technology to even make that stuff yet. So we'll just take a grotesque beak, sure. Regardless of the result, the old captain was right. Tipping the scales earned you favor and loosened tongues. You quickly learn what you came here for, and more. As you leave, you notice the atmosphere has changed. Yumok's grip on the city is absolute. You hope she will combine this power with wisdom. You are left to wonder why the Minoan dynasty, besieged from all sides, still has time for infighting. Gain another progress. All right. So we will put 2 on there. I'll check that in a minute because that might be story step. We have to pick our clue card. Okay. 2 strangers, though. We're up to 4 strangers. I don't know if I have a way to get rid of strangers. Regardless of the result, the least likely Argonaut gains the Family Feud Nemos card. Well, that's going to be Penelope because she only has 1. Return to the Voyage phase. Oh god, Family Feud is what it was called. Okay. Nemos are... Oh, of course. Are they over here? Yes. Cycle 3. 2, 1, 2. Curse of the Gods. A familiar curse. Death follows. Family Feud. Some things should never be spoken. Some bridges can never be rebuilt. There is a wound on your heart that may never heal. Family tragedy and crime. Exhaust to place 1 opening or break token in the Kratos pool. Ooh, that's cool. I don't know if I have one of these that's open anywhere else. But this one is right here next to me. For a sleeve. Okay. Finally done with that. I'll do it now or I'll forget. Family Feud. Okay, so what were we doing? That was the adventure. That was the expedition step. We don't have a timeline battle, but I want to check this. Let's see. Take the 4 story cards. When you place your second progress token on this card, draw one of the 4 clue cards and return the rest to the box. You need to find the map tile shown on the card. Correctly match the clue from the card to the clue on the map tile to find what to do next. You can continue placing progress tokens on this card, up to 9. They may come in handy later. Alternatively, you may wish to learn more about the Argo through the Inward Odyssey. Alright, so we're going to shuffle these a little bit, and we will let the fates decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reroll 9s and 10s. It's the first one. So these are going to go back. Pretty sure my clues are in here. Cycle 1, story 2A. Yep. Draw, yeah, draw. So we're going to look at it. Okay. Random Argonaut gains 1 despair token. Do I do that now? Am I supposed to do that now? Probably. I feel like it would have been. It's right here. That's a bummer. That's back towards the stupid adversary. I'm almost positive it's that one. So do I have to go there? Correctly match the clue from the card to the clue on the map tile. You need to find the map tile shown on the card. I bet that means I have to be there. That adversary, I might just have to fight him. If I go back the other way, I'm almost positive it's this one, as I ruin the whole map. I mean, it looks too similar, right? For it not to be that one. I could gamble, because I do want to see new tiles. I wonder if this river, like, comes down. We got to do a random Argonaut for a despair token. Do the same thing with 1 through 8. It's reroll 9s and 10s, so 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Penelope gets a despair token. I think based on this card. I really don't want to turn around and like meet the adversary because I want to get new adventures and progress my Nemos cards and stuff too. I guess I could go back this way and just encounter the dumb thing when it comes up to it. I don't know what to do. Let's finish this day though. Because it didn't say to wait for the story step on there. It said to draw that card when you got 2 of those things on there. Advancement step. We have both a technology, a structural and a battle. And I thought about this a little bit. So I think I want this advanced trading solutions, or do I want the one that can give me 15 titans? Can I even build that one yet? I just have to have Titan Hunting. Yeah, I can build it. For advanced trading solutions, I just need trading solutions. And it doesn't cost me Argo Fate to trade. Yeah, I'm going to get that one. So that's going to be our structural. We'll look at it here in a second. And then for combat, I think I need advanced trireme weapons in order to build. I can't build this Labyrinthos one because I have not done a level 2 battle. I don't have advanced trireme weapons. Force Kratos reaction. I don't want that Argo ability right now. Pursuer sighting. Pursuer level 1 battle. I haven't done that. This only requires Siren armor, so we're going to get this. So these are the two things we're going to get. So when I do the trading on the card, it does not cost me Argo Fate to do the trading. And this one is giving me some more stuff that I can make. So now the question is, do I want to make stuff because of that Pursuer guy? Well, let me get the leads to stuff. Pursuer sighting we already have. Specialized trireme weapons we already have. Hecaton sighting we don't have. Hecaton sighting. And superior trading solutions. Port of Strangers. Interesting. Okay, put all that stuff back in our fancy technology project box. And we have built these two things. So now, do I want to make Teeth Kopesh? Let's take a look at some of this stuff. Whale Knives seems good against Hecaton because it gives us more movement. So Teeth Kopesh, Great Tree Club, and Whale Knives. Those are the things we can make now. Teeth Kopesh is a -1 though. That doesn't seem that great. But Whale Knives seems pretty good. Three dice, 1 red for every hit. Reposition 2, opening X where X is the number of dice we hit with. So we don't have to wound. And if we're at 5 or more danger, we can reposition 4 instead. So this seems pretty good actually. Great Tree Club is 1. It's got +0. It's a black die and a red die. At I think that's 8+ danger, we get an extra hit. It has break 1, but we do have to spend a fate to attack with this weapon. Is that good? We're not really going to be using our fate for other stuff then. It's just thinking about what would you get rid of. I think Boat Mace is so good though. The Teeth Kopesh is 2 at -1, but it's 2 red dice for every hit. So if you could get some opening tokens in there, to hit with that. Whale knives is 3. I think I'm going to make a whale knives. It's 3 monuments and 2 calcified knuckle bones. So we go down to 9 monuments, and we're at 4 knuckle bones. We go down to 2. I don't know about the other stuff. I like the I really like the +2 bonus that you get with the boat mace. But then again, having 2 red dice per hit from the teeth Khopesh seems nice. That's 2-handed. All of these things are 2-handed. So I think I'm going to stick with the boat mace for the tank. Oh, you know what? I have a card that has a bunch of manufacturing gunk on it. So I'll figure out who's going to get that later. I don't know. Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of these weapons? They're 2-handed, like I said. So Otis 0, he's got the Kratos Copiece. I mean, maybe. The carving could give us extra stuff. Penelope has the boat mace and the shield. I don't really want to give her a great tree club because then she'd have to drop her shield. There's no way we're doing that. The javelin, I think I want to keep the range so I can stay away from the pushbacks and whatnot. And I'm not giving up the maze mace. That's not happening. So maybe we'll give the whale knives to Penelope in the next fight with the Hecaton and see what happens. The repositioning is good to get away from any potential, I guess, zone attacks. It's not really like a reaction, so you can't jump away before you get knocked down or anything. But he likes to do pushbacks and stuff, so if you can get out of the path of getting stomped on during a pushback to somebody else, or out of the path of a knockback, or just out from being next to a column that you might get pushed back into. All right. So that was the advancement step. Story step. We have a Nemos breakthrough to do. Blood on Your Hands is M007. How long are these books going to last with all this flipping and stuff? 98. Maybe we'll learn another thing. Broken Promise. Dream you hold. Familiar curse. Curse of the gods. Blood on Your Hands. The dream is even more vivid now. You jolt awake at sudden noises. Someone is screaming outside, and there is creaking and crackling. Then you notice the smoke outside the window, thick against the night sky and hiding the moon from view. Everything is bathed in tinges of red and orange as flames dance on the wooden beams. You hear shuffling in the house, and suddenly your father bursts through the door. You've never seen him afraid before, and it twists something inside you. It's a natural reaction. You don't understand what's going on, but you know it's bad and scary. Tears well up in your eyes as your father comforts you. Stay here. It's going to be all right. You feel a kiss on your forehead and a sudden rush of air as he runs outside. Obediently, you don't leave the room, but you watch the conflagration through the window. A sudden silhouette catches your attention. Someone dressed in black lurks at the edge of the light. You can't see their face, but there's something off about them, something in the way they stand on the side, away from the commotion but too close to the fire. When you blink, they're gone. Something snaps inside the burning building. Thoughts of that stranger leave your mind as you see your father running into the inferno. You want to scream and bang your small fist against the windowsill, but no sound escapes your mouth. You remain there, watching, your heart beating faster than ever before, as your father valiantly tries to put the fire out. Then the roof collapses. Those who rush towards the flames are held back by others, their cries mingling with the crackling of burning wood and the roaring of the fire. Your face is wet and your lips wobble, but you're focused solely on the spot where your father disappeared into the blaze. The heat is so intense now you can feel it through the window. With bated breath, you count the seconds until your father emerges heroically from the wreckage, but he never does. At the start of the battle, place 3 fire tokens in the Kratos pool. See fire token rules in the Cycle 2 book. Okay. Interesting. 3 fire token rule. 3 fire tokens. What ability is she gonna get? That's Penelope. If you are the priority target, you gain +1 precision at 4+ danger. Cycle 2. Fire tokens? Someone? Anyone? Fire tokens. During the second ability window, place X fire tokens in the Kratos pool. During the power roll step, each fire token in the Kratos pool allows the attacking Titan to turn one of the triangle symbols into 1 wound symbol, or damage. You must use as many fire tokens as possible, but you may first use break tokens. Remove used fire tokens from the pool afterwards. If during the clear the Kratos pool step there are unused fire tokens in the pool, remove 1 of them and leave the rest. Oh, so it kind of goes out over time. Wow. All right. So 1, 2, 3 fire tokens. We will put those on her. They're going to start in the Kratos pool. She also has 1 to spare. All right. So my computer didn't like that. That was weird. All right. So I'm going to put them here on her thing so I can remember to add them to the Kratos pool. All right, so that was the Nemo's breakthrough in the story step. Doom step, we're still at 5. And in the day. Okay, we've done 2 days, I think, in an hour. Interesting. So we're gonna go to the next day. And I think I'm gonna risk it, like see if there's a way to get back up there. Or maybe come down around and come up this way. I just want to try to stay away from the adversary, but I don't want to take a whole bunch of extra days. We could have gotten unlucky. Actually, if I go around like this, and maybe the adversary is coming this way, depending upon where we are, I'm not even sure if there is a river that goes all the way through. He's gonna catch me. I don't think there's a way around it. But like I said, I want to see more new stuff, so I think I'm gonna try to go down and around. Maybe that's so many extra days. Let's go down 1 more and see what happens. We're gonna go down to 75. How many days do we have? We have 80 days. That seems like a lot. Okay, we got another adventure. What I'm trying to avoid is, like, I don't want to fill this space in so that the guy can just come straight down. I'm trying to make a longer path for the adversary. to try to get to me. I guess I can show you guys. Are there any numbers on here? There's lots of mermaid-looking things and some shells. We can go back to the Minoans, though, if we go back this way. So maybe some of our exploration cards will be friendly. And there is an adventure there. No Titans, though. Move. Mark the timeline. So we get another battle advancement in 2 more days. All right, exploration step. There's no symbols, but we get to do this. And watch me draw the cackle. That'd be fine, because maybe it would start him around this way. I don't know if I should go down another one. Not down is Hornsworn. Pretty sandboxy, this game. Okay. Yeah, there we go. First stack. You gotta be kidding me. Why do I say stuff out loud? Why do I say stuff out loud? Arc of 8+, resolve an additional 1. No, we only have 0. So 1, 2. Here now at the City of the Bull. Keep drawing, remove this until the next timeline battle. I'll just move it over. 2 trireme resources. Denounced? No. Next stack. Oh, you got. Seriously? 2 armament resources. Denounced? No. Okay. See, it's a good thing I didn't go back that way, or we'd be fighting right now. 2 trireme and 2 armament. So we're at 6 trireme and 7 armament. Okay. And that one stays in. You better stay over there, Mr. Pursuer Man. Okay, so what am I doing now? That was exploration cards, expedition step. Yeah. So let's get our trusty thing out here. I will roll where we are zoomed. And of course, it's just going to fly wherever it wants. Okay, story card 2-5 is hidden in plain sight. We haven't started that one yet either. Hey. You almost have to play this multiple times in order to advance all of these adventure hubs, I think. Which is good that they made all that content, I guess, for people that want to play it more than one time. Hidden in plain sight. More reading. 44. This is a fate. We've got Curse, Dream, Crime, Voyage, Family, Gods. No. Voyage, Supernatural, Deed. No. Deed, Crime, Tragedy, Family, Tragedy, Crime. No. Haunted is fate. Minoan Heritage is also fate. And they both have 1. So which one do I want more to go to level 2? You're about to roll a d10 during an adventure. Add +3 to this roll once per adventure. I have to spend a fate to do that, though. I can exhaust to gain 2 movement, 2 and bypass. Let's do Minoan Heritage, I guess. Although the +3 sounds nice for a fate. I'm gonna do Haunted. Change my mind. No. Minoan heritage. That's good for battles, surviving, not losing titans. Seems important. Okay, hidden in plain sight. Theseus's light. As you search the coast for clues, you can't help but get the feeling that people are a lot less distraught at the disappearance of their king than expected. On the other hand, many hold fond memories worn by time of the rogue Theseus, who once challenged the Cretan status quo and slew the Minotaur. As you listen to the testaments of his exploits on the island, you start to admire the man, driven and single-minded. He rallied the desperate detractors of Minos, the disparate detractors of Minos, and for a brief moment steered the fate of Crete. Conviction and purpose are what you and your crew struggle with. Stories of the end of the war are harder to come by, so you're left to wonder why his dream ultimately faltered, though many believe he was betrayed on the eve of victory. These are but stories of a time past. Your interest lies in what endures of Theseus' legacy. It is said in the early days of the war, when his forces were outnumbered, he created a network of hidden safe houses and supply caches so that his followers could move around the island more freely and find safe havens even in hostile territory. Some of those hideouts have never been discovered, but you just found clues that may lead you to one. In the early hours of the morning, you send an away team to a mist-shrouded quay. Following the information, you locate a sea cave entrance hidden cleverly with a forced perspective trick. As you enter, darkness engulfs you. You navigate carefully, feeling your way with oars. The cave curves to the south and slowly opens up to an underground lake. Light seeps inside through crevices in the stone ceiling. Then you notice the wooden pier built into the side of the cave and the men who await you there. You hear the familiar sound of bowstrings tightening. I would advise you to never come here, says a scared woman commanding the archers. Scarred woman, maybe? But it is clearly too late for that, wouldn't you say? Choose. Out with it. You're clearly outnumbered and outmatched, and a boat isn't exactly a defensible position. It's better to reveal your true intentions and hope these people can be reasoned with, especially since they may have observed the Argo's arrival. The city ship isn't exactly inconspicuous. Gain a stranger. The leader tests wisdom at 10+. Each Argonaut may gain +1 danger to add +1. Success would give us 2 trireme. So the second one, so it's basically a test of either wisdom or cunning. And I think I was supposed to pick somebody. Oops. Fire tokens are stuck to my hand. I want Otis 0 anyways because he has a reroll once per adventure. He's got wisdom 2. But I really don't want the stranger. The other one is Argo Fate. Does anyone have good cunning rolls? Not really. And it's an 11. Each Argonaut may gain +1 danger to add +1. I wonder if you... That sentence is after the test sentence. And I think I remember seeing someone say that you could decide to add those things after you rolled. I'm going to throw in a real quick cut, get something to drink actually, and then see if I can... I want to look that up to see if I can add stuff to the test afterwards. I'll be right back. Okay, it says in the rule book that you have to decide before the roll unless it specifically says otherwise. And I do have rhetoric, which is a thing that can allow me to try to reduce the number of strangers that I'm going to get. So it's a 10+. Once per adventure, I get a re-roll. So I don't think I'm going to add the danger. The fail is a Hornsworn -1 diplomacy. So even further into the unfriendly. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use rhetoric. I'm going to get the Argo Fate when you're about to gain a stranger to test diplomacy 7+. Wait, I have -1 because of unfriendly here too. So I need an 8+. Is that worth it? Yeah, because I can get rid of Argo Fate on a timeline battle. So I might as well just try. So we're gonna go to 1 Argo Fate. Thought I had a die out here somewhere. So we need an 8+ to avoid getting this stranger. Dang it, we got a 7. It normally would be 7+, but we have a -1 for Hornsworn because we're unfriendly, and they're the dominant local faction. So I'm pretty sure we're still going to get the stranger. That was pretty close. Okay, we need a 10+, so we need another 8+ here, unless I want to take some danger. No, I'm just going to do it. So we need an 8+ because we have +2 wisdom, and I get a reroll, so... Oh, another stupid 7. I'm not going to take the reroll yet. I don't know if there's going to be another... I should. I don't know if there's going to be another roll, but I'm just going to take the reroll now. It's a 4. It got worse. So I've used up my reroll. We still failed. Hornsworn -1 diplomacy. Though they appreciate your honesty, your allegiance leaves them cold. Hornsworn diplomacy -1. Regardless of the result, C001. Is that so, says the scarred woman, and gesturing for you to disembark. You Argonauts sure know how to make a grand entrance. That ship of yours certainly leaves an impression. Where did you get it? As you step onto the pier, warriors surround you and confiscate your weapons. There's no reason to resist, yet. Flea market in Athens. So bold. Very well, keep your secrets. The woman turns away from you and walks toward a tunnel chiseled in the rock wall of the underground basin. The warriors encourage, in quotes, you to follow. Besides, she adds absent-mindedly, nobody goes to Athens anymore. You're led through an underground network of tunnels, clearly man-made, though crudely so. You pass several dugout alcoves serving as prison cells. From behind the bars, sunken eyes of famished men and women in torn Horn Guard uniforms follow your every move. You pass through a tunnel that's visibly older than the rest, where you notice a set of barely legible glyphs carved into the wall. Okay, we're getting a new glyph here that we don't have. It tells us what a 7 is. So dot, square, dot is 7. And then on the back, I'm going to write this glyph out. Dot square, and there's a 1 at the end. So it's something 7 1. Is that a 9? No. So we don't know what the first 2 are. Okay. After some time, you enter a larger cavern where a shattered fragment of a trireme's hull has been laid into several rocks to make a makeshift table. A large man with a bushy beard leans over it, an intense thirst reflected in his deep-set eyes. They come from the iron ship, says the scarred woman. The man takes a long, hard look at you. You're not Simichi, but you're foreigners, just as well. I am Pytharos, the Hand. Why are you sniffing around my neck of the woods? You go for the least obliging answer. Information. Information? I'm also looking for information. A Minoan ship is coming this way in a few hours, bringing envoys to Knossos. They possess answers I seek. Your ship will all but assure its capture. Help me and I will share with you what I know. We're not pirates, and neither am I, yells Pytharos abruptly. I stood with Theseus when he entered the labyrinth. He was noble and just and would have brought prosperity to Crete, and those curs murdered him. They will return his bones to us, with or without your help. He pauses and collects himself. I know more about you than you think. If not for information or honor, maybe you'll do it for a more tangible prize. We've seen one of the mindless giants, those creatures you parade on the deck of your ship, trapped in a grotto not far from here. If you help us, we'll tell you where to find him. Okay. Information and a Titan is the first choice. You promised to find Minos. You never said how you'd achieve that. Besides, they'll do it with or without you. Your involvement may reduce the casualties. So that one would be us helping him. Or you can struggle to glean your purpose in this world, but you know this, you are not hired thugs. You refuse to help. So there's two different things to mark. I mean, we just got friendly with the Minoans. And I have a feeling that if we choose to help this guy, then we're going to get negative Minoan diplomacy because it's a Minoan ship that's coming. Maybe we can interact with it. I kind of want the Titan. I'm wondering if it's a special Titan. Ah, man, fine. I'm going to do it. I don't know if it's a good idea. Because I also don't want to go to denounced with the Hornsworn. That doesn't seem like a good idea. I need to mark F1. I hope this is a special Titan. This better be worth it. 0014. I'm glad, says Pytharos, that you see it my way. All of us, we have sworn on the broken horns of the Minotaur to seek justice for Theseus. Whatever brings us closer to our goal. Pytharos gives you a strange look. Your goal, he smirks? As I see it, you're just running away from something. Running errands along the way, which suits me just fine. Now, let me tell you about the plan. The Minoan trireme is sticking to the coast. Pytharos wants to use the Argo to cut it off from the open sea, effectively creating a funnel that will lead the envoy ship right into the Hornsworn's hands. Choose. It's a simple plan, and you don't want to dirty your hands. You follow Pytharos' plan. Or, you're not comfortable leaving the boarding to Pytharos' men. You agree to help, but prepare to take the trireme before it reaches the Hornsworn. I don't want to fight the Minoans. We just got to friendly. Hornsworn are at -3, which is in unfriendly. Let's just do the basic plan, I guess. C0003. That evening you coordinate a sea blockade and stop the Minoan trireme. Pytharos' men do the rest. The clang and screams of battle are distant, but painful reminders that everything comes with a cost. Later, Pytharos is true to his word, and he shares with you what he knows, including the whereabouts of the Wild Titan. Hornsworn, diplomacy +1. Minoan's diplomacy -2. Oh, gain a progress and +1 Titan. And least likely Argonaut gains a Dream You Hold Nemos card. All right, one thing at a time. -2. Man, that sucks. Just got friendly. A progress and a Titan, so we're at 9 out of 10. I wonder if I should get... I swear I saw a project or something that would increase our Titan holding. Least likely Argonaut gains a Dream You Hold Nemos card. And I think that's the end of the adventure. But we need to look at the Nemos cards because everybody has 2. So I think it goes to the vault. Nemos vaults, page 30. You have a maximum of 2. If you're instructed to gain 1, you're already at the limit. Goes to another random Argonaut. If all Argonauts already have 2, the Nemos instead goes add to the vault. Keep it separate from other Nemos cards. You add Nemos cards to the vault. Usually when a new Argonaut is introduced to the game, you'll be instructed to assign them a Nemos card from the vault. Oh shoot, what was it called? God, crap. Oh, man, I swear in my memory it's been like 30 seconds. I don't know how many times a day I have to say that. What were we doing? Uneasy Rest the Head, 59. Is that right? Yeah, look at that art. The art in this game is fantastic. Yeah, that's not right. Hidden in plain sight? That's right. A dream you hold. Oh, it's right on top. So, where am I going to keep the vault cards? Dream, Voyage, Fate. Titans adjacent to you have +1 precision. Oh, that seems pretty sweet. A dream you hold. Maybe, I don't know, I'll put it with my projects or something for now. Okay. That was the adventure in the expedition step. Advancements. Oh, we got a progress also. So here's the question. I think I'm going to put it on here because it said they could be useful later. As much as I want to do this, maybe if I get to like, if I can get to 4 or 5 ish. Yeah, I don't know. I want to progress the story, try to make it through the cycle. So, advancement step. There's nothing on the timeline as far as structural or battle gear. I don't think I'm making anything else. I think that's it for the day. Nothing in the story step, nothing in the doom step. Let's go to the next day. Okay, I'm going to cut back. I'm no longer friendly with the Minoans, but whatever. I should have just stuck to my guns and kept trying to get the Minoan diplomacy as high as possible. So this has R&R on it. I don't see a secret code or anything. Yeah. The same thing, I'm going to try to make a loop. So if this guy's going to keep chasing me, he's got longer to go. So we move. We mark the timeline. That's day 16. There's nothing special on the timeline for day 16. There's no progress. There's no doom. We draw. Just in case. Oops. Well, shoot. Okay, I accidentally drew 2. And they're the exact same card. And look, 1, 2. And they both go back. So it's 4 monument resources. That time it stuck to my finger. They weren't stuck together. Oh, he's so close. He's so close. Maybe now it doesn't matter. Now we'll go like this. Anyway, 4 monument resources. That takes us to 13. I need to find a city, man, that I can actually negotiate at. Okay, expedition, we have an R&R. We'll roll on the R&R adventures. We rolled a 4. Eschaton Deniers. Eschaton Deniers. Or something. Mark it off. These are usually shorter. 85. Eschaton Deniers. The eschaton is a lie, says the pale middle-aged man sitting on an unturned bucket. They tell us this to keep us in the dark, contained on this ship and doing our chores, like sheep or the goats I keep hearing about. Nah, you got it all wrong, Conspiros, another disgruntled man interrupts him. Eschaton happened. It was inside job. Dionysus did it, with mortal help. Dionysus? Yeah, always drunk, always partying. Does that sound pious to you? Divine? Like a proper god? No. It's an obvious Epicurean plot to uproot our traditional way of life. I heard one of the Titans uprooted a giant tree, Oblivious chimes in. Okay, so we've got Conspiros, who's obviously a conspiracy person. We've got Oblivious as another name, who seems like an oblivious person. Shut up, Oblivious. Both men are finally on the same page. Are the Titans even real? Asks a fourth man. The rest of the group give him a quizzical look. I mean, have you ever seen any of them? Yes, but like really up close? Yes, I work in the cleanup crews. Damianos, I wash them. Do you really? Damianos insists, a fire in his eyes. Or do they just want you to think you do? Before the man from the cleanup crew has a chance to answer, a horn blares. The Argo has come into contact with the Primordial. The Argonauts are rushed to the Babylonian, and a team of Titans will be sent to meet with it on the battlefield before the monster closes in on the ship. Yeah, says Conspirios, as the group packs up to head for the designated shelter. Has any of you even seen one of these Primordials? Gain +1 Titan. Okay, we're at 10. Is there anything that happens if you can't gain a Titan? Like, do you get a resource or something? Because we are at our limit. We're at 10 Dreamwalkers. I swear there was something in my project deck. Argo onboarding? No. Titan rearing gives me a limit of 15. I might have to take that next, just so that I don't lose out on getting this resource. Because Titans are a resource. So that was the R&R adventure. This looks like it might be a fast day. There's no timeline battle. We have research the next day. Day 17. No story step, no doom step. All right. Next day, we're going here. 73. Who's in charge here? Still the Minoans, which I could have seen there. It's another adventure. Oh, bummer. Doom. Okay. So we move, mark the timeline. There's an adventure, but we got to do exploration stuff first. So, Doom is 6. So, when there are 6 or more tokens on this card, see 004. But we do that in the Doom step. Right? Resolve Doom progression if the requirement on the Doom card is met. Actually, earlier I probably should have done that card reveal thing during the story step. That was probably a mistake. Even though it doesn't say to wait on there, it says on the story step, when the progress requirements are met, you do the thing. All right. There's no other exploration symbols, like no Titan or anything. So we're going to do this. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. Not going to say it. I realize this is like barely on screen. And I did add the Doom over here. But I want to stay zoomed in so you can see the exploration cards that come out. Should I cut it? No. Okay. 1 card, right? Yes. +1 Titan. Now I gotta look at the rule. Titans. I don't know if you get like a resource or something, but I doubt it. Titan breeding, 19 maybe. Probably not going to find it anywhere in here. Maybe it's on the card. If it doesn't say anything on the cards, I'm just going to assume you don't get anything. Titan Stoa. You cannot gain Titans if they would exceed this limit. Yep, so I'm just not going to get another Titan. That's kind of a bummer. But we keep drawing. Abandoned Shrine is a monument. Okay, next stack. It's only 1. It's only 1. 3 more monument resources. Like, could I trade in 10 of these 16 monuments for some storage space for another Titan? 16 monuments, holy cow. How many of these in here have adversary symbols? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 that have adversary symbols. So it's not that great of a chance, but what is that, a quarter of the cards maybe? Ish. So close to us. Okay. So that was the exploration cards. Expedition step. We have an adventure hub here. So I'm getting what I asked for, more adventures. Let's see what we roll. A 1 is Fated Conundrum. So that's the... I know we've started that one. Yeah, so that's right here. Now we roll again. Because we're in Fated Conundrum. And we rolled an 8, so it's the Feast. We mark off the Feast. Fated Conundrum, the Feast. Page 31. Supernatural is our keyword. So haunted has supernatural. Siren Survivor has supernatural. And that's it. The Feast. Following the lead, you arrive at a small village, or rather what's left of it. Walking among the pulverized houses, you wonder what transpired here, though judging by the giant handprints left in the ground, you have a pretty good idea. Near one of the collapsed buildings, you find the remains of a small, hastily erected shrine to the labyrinth. It's also been destroyed. Okay, so there's a glyph here. And then 4 dots is 0. Wait a minute, I thought that thing was telling me that all filled in was 0. Can there be more than 1 0? Also dot 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 is 0? Question mark. I'm going to write this glyph down. Real quick. Box dot dot. Box dot dot dot. All right. Well, now I'm thoroughly confused about the zeros. These people had no way to defend themselves. They paid their tithe to the Minoan dynasty, yet the Horned Guard didn't protect them. They built a shrine to appease the maze, and what good did it do? And the supposedly noble Hornsworn were nowhere to be seen. Choose a party leader. Each Argonaut test Wisdom or Cunning 8+. Add +1 if the Minoan Guide is with you. Gain 1 fate to add +1. So there's a scale here of 0 to 1, 2 to 3, and 4 successes. Each Argonaut is going to test Wisdom or Cunning, so we can go through this one at a time. We get to add +1. If the Minoan Guide is with you, we can gain a fate to add 1. And we have to count the number of successes. So I don't forget, we're going to use a red die to count the number of successes. It's good to have dice like everywhere, apparently. Okay, so we have to choose a party leader. Otis 0 can re-roll a d10. The party leader might get some stuff. Telebacus is the only one who already has something. So let's just go with Circigard. She's going to be our party leader. Now it's Wisdom or Cunning. Okay, so Telebacus has +1 for both. So we'll take the fate. So we have the Minoan Guide. He's taking the fate. And so we'll just test Wisdom, I guess. So he's at a +3. Okay, he's going to take another fate to re-roll that because this is a test. It's still +3. That's a 6, so that's a 9, so that's 1 success. Circigard has 0 Cunning and 1 Wisdom, so she's going to do Wisdom, and it'll be a +1, so she's going to take the fate. So she has the same +3 right now. 4 + 3 is 7. I still want to go for the 4, so she's going to take a second fate. And she fails, all right. So Penelope Has a cunning +1. 2 to 3 is the same. So I'm not going to press it with her. She's not going to take an extra fate. So she has the Minoan guide and her +1 from her basic stuff. Oh, wait a minute. I did not add courage, will, fury. I feel like maybe I didn't add all the stuff. Wisdom, cunning, endurance. I know for sure I didn't add it for blood on your hands. Or was it family feud? No. Family feud. It's an extra courage and cunning. So cunning is +2 for Penelope. And over here, wisdom, will, courage. Yeah, okay. So she got 2 from her ability, 1 for the guide. So that's an 8. So that's 2 successes. And then Otis 0 is going to do wisdom. He's got a +2 to wisdom, the Minoan guide. And I'm not going to re-roll that. So 2 successes. It takes you a second to realize the mush is the bodies. Ground to a pulp between giant fingers of the faux mouth of the primordial you come to call the Hecaton. It ate the villagers, or at least tried to. An irrational anger fills you. Gain an Argo fate. Party leader gains a rage. Labyrinthian diplomacy, -1. Okay, gain a rage, party leader. Labyrinthian diplomacy, -1. So we're sitting at -3 with them. Then, regardless of the result, gain +1 progress. If the Minoan guide is with you, she averts her eyes, anger of despair swelling in her. If you want to inquire about it, the party leader gains +2 danger. All right, we get a progress. Because the Doom card is going to advance, I want to keep adding progress to that. Even though we only need 1 more on the Inward Odyssey. I'm going to get the 2 danger. I have the Argo ability that lets me reduce some danger. So, and Cersegard, she was our javelin thrower. So getting some danger on her is not that bad. She was going to, if she stays that, she's going to stay at a distance. C002. We did this, she whispers, holding back tears. This, you ask? Surely you're not suggesting you control the Hecaton. That'd be a pretty handy ability to have. Akakillis smiles and wipes her eyes. Ha, no, sadly. I just meant that we swore to be better, to do right by the people, protect them. I always told myself that when we took the reins, things would be different, and look at us now, desperately looking for Minos to fix things. Things take time, Akakillis. Do not avert your eyes. Take this picture in. Hold it in your heart when you return to the palace. Let it inform your rule. She nods. Make a tally mark. That's what I was hoping, because I want to try to progress her to 10 tally marks. And I think that's the end of the adventure. So that's 6 for her. Okay. That was the adventure. The encounter step. There is no battle on the timeline. Now we go to the advancement step, but we do have a battle technology on the advancement step. So these are all structural. Just put those back. Level 2 Hecaton battle we haven't done. Pursuer level 1 we haven't done. Basic support equipment, advanced traveling weapons, and either Teleresurrection, Labyrinthoros level 2 we haven't done. Okay, so specialized weapons or this. Choose a Titan. That Titan gains 1 rage. Oh, I don't think I want that one, but let me double check that I have all the stuff I need for that. Do I have trireme reach weapons? Teller resuscitation. I have trireme ranged weapons. What is Tele resuscitation? Comes from Labyrinthoros sighting. Okay, and then reach weapons comes from Hecaton sighting. So I can't make the specialized weapons yet. So I have to make this one because I have Siren armor. It leads to Hecaton sighting, which I think I have in there already. So that's kind of a bummer because it's not giving me a bunch of new stuff that I can make. So I guess we build this. It's 2 charges. Titan can gain a rage. Now there is one somewhere in there that allows you to have 3 Argo ability limit. So gaining a rage to get to like an extra die or an extra Kratos pool thing or something might be interesting. So that was the advancement step. Do I want to craft anything? I mean, I don't think so. I think I like the stuff I have. Story step, doom step. All right. (004) because we have 6 doom. Truth of the Labyrinth main story 004. Shape of things to come. Yes, that's what the card is called. You find yourself in an olive garden, having endless salad and breadsticks. No. You find yourself in an olive garden overlooking a peaceful bay at a feast thrown in your name by the local Minoan leader, a governor by the name of Tryphenia. The moon is high. Its soft glow bathes the revelers in silver light. Ordinarily, you do not have time for social visits, but the Argo does need to restock from time to time, and without the cooperation of the locals, you would quickly find yourself resigned to rationing. So on a rare occasion such as this, you indulge your hosts. Besides, the last few weeks have put an unbelievable amount of strain on your crew, so everybody is due a break. To our most honorable guests, the Argonauts of the mighty iron ship, Tryphenia raises a cup in a toast. Her face, flushed with red, reveals she does not spill her wine. May your journey lead you safely to your destination. Hear, hear! A shadow passes through your thoughts. The question has been eating at you since you were awakened in the mausoleum. Who are you, really? Why are you here? Where are you supposed to go? The Argo may sail on its own, but you, the Argonauts, and the crew are rudderless. You are driven to Crete by survival instincts alone, but that is merely subsistence. Apathy has started to set in. But you don't know that destination, do you, O Argonauts? Tryphenia continues amusingly, as if she read your mind. You muster. Consider Theseus. She interrupts you, clearly inebriated. Like him or not, that was a man of purpose. He set out to stop the sacrifices, to kill the Minotaur, to topple a tyrannous king. You see the uneasy glances of the horned guard and some of the older nobles, though the room is divided more evenly than you would have presumed. He had it all figured out. King Minos. An advisor rushes in, but Tryphaena dismisses him with a rude wave. No, let me speak. King Minos, even the king, would have bowed before that will. She starts pacing frantically along the low wall enclosing the garden. Yet betrayed Theseus now lies dead, as does Princess Ariadne. A love unfulfilled, his designs mere drawings in the sand. The land is poorer for it. The people, yes, let me say it, dead gods be damned. The people made lesser for it. Fewer, too, she shouts accusingly. She stops in her tracks and pierces you with a cold gaze. So tell us this, our esteemed guests. Where are you sailing? Tryphaena's voice is now openly mocking. Or are you drowning in the sea of life like the rest of us? You have no answer. Then maybe it's time to embrace the truth. It's all pointless anyway. Traitor, someone shouts. Labyrinthian! How did it come to this? Just a few moments ago, the garden was loud with laughter. Now the atmosphere has turned cold and foreboding. Traitor, she scowls. When the call to arms came, I gave Crete my husband. It still took my sons. When the war ended, famine took my daughters. It spared me? For what? So I could mourn them till the day I die? They are right. There is no reason to it. Don't you see? Tryphaena draws a serrated dagger. The guests back away, stricken with fear, though it's clear there is only one life she intends to take. And no one will stop her. No one but you. We're in an adventure, and it says to choose a party leader. So I'm going to choose Otis 0 for the reroll. Yeah, I want his reroll. So he's the party leader. They will try to talk Tryphaena down. The leader tests wisdom or cunning 9+. They can gain +X danger to add +X. Add +2 if you finish the Plight of the People hub? How the heck would you finish the Plight of the People hub? That's like 10 adventures? Before the second Doom card is done? That has to be like a later... like a later time through the playthrough. Wisdom 9+. And I can take danger to add to it. I do get a reroll from my Nemos card. 9+, 20% chance. But he has wisdom +2, so it's a 7+. Yeah, and again, we have that Argo ability that gets us to reduce danger. I wonder if that's almost like built in to the tuning of the game, though. Let's take 2 danger. Let's take 1 danger. So we have a +3 here, and we need to hit a 9. A 1 is not going to do it. We have a free reroll during an adventure. 5 + 3 is 8. Wait, this is probably not an adventure. This is not an adventure. I want to get that reroll anyway. Yeah, so we completely failed. You try to reason with Tryphaena, but with every sentence she backs away ever so slightly, as if she can hear your words, but not the meaning behind them. Despair deafens her. She reaches the precipice and drops the dagger. No, there's nothing for me here. With those words, she takes one last look. She takes one last step back into the abyss. Could you have saved her, or was she too far gone? Either way, this was a preventable death, a pointless death. You see, a bold Minoan noble blurts, she consorted with the Labyrinthians at their temple, and this is what came of it. They will poison us all. You look with disdain toward the guests, who are too afraid or prideful to see they mistake cause with effect. Labyrinthians, it's not the Labyrinthians who've taken the light from her or who failed to help her, but they do encourage this, insists an old woman, by the way she carries herself, a former Olympian priest. I can show you where they congregate. You vow to investigate this Labyrinthian temple. Place 2 Doom tokens on the next Doom card. So those are carryover. That also sucks. The party leader vows to make Tryphenia's death matter. Note a new ability on your Argonaut sheet. You ignore your first despair token. Gain +1 priest. All right, so Otis 0. Ignore first. Not Doom token. Ignore first despair token. Oh wait, that's an ability. I'll change it later. We get a priest. We didn't have any priests, so that's good. And then Hornsworn Diplomacy, -1. How the heck do you get allied with these people? C0023. It's still night when you reach the outskirts of town. There's a small maze outcrop here, shaped almost like a pyramid, with a triangular black opening at the base. Just beyond the threshold, almost out of sight, a chasm opens up. People congregate here, clustered around half a dozen bonfires. People of diverse genders, ages, tribes, and walks of life, united only in destitution and sickness. As you approach, some flee in fear while others remain bold and belligerent. We have nothing you want, outsiders. A woman committed suicide after visiting you. What have you told her? Party leader gains 1 rage. C008. A one-eyed war veteran steps forward. Only the truth of the uncaring world. Life is a cage and we all want out. That disgusts you? What care you what we do with our lives? That didn't make very much sense. You coerce people. People who come here do not need convincing. You see the entrance? When one grows tired of this ceaseless struggle, they jump. The maze takes them. Angry at the pointless loss of life, you declare, no one will be taken here again. As if answering your challenge, the ground begins to shake. Maze outcrops pierce the clearing around you, and the earth parts, swallowing the bonfires and many of the Labyrinthians. The pyramid rises to the surface, towering over you. The symmetrical stone is broken up by pink veiny flesh like out of a newborn mole. This is no temple. You race to the Argo, while the labyrinth manifests itself in a perverted blend of stone and flesh. Go to Tenemos Battle on page 114. Note Special Aftermath 002. Tenemos Battle. So we're going to have to battle. We're 2 days away from another timeline battle. All right, so we got to fight the big bad again. We've already got 2 Doom on the next card, even though we don't know what the next card is yet. So I guess that's probably where this we will call this video. I'm going to have to set up to do another Tenemos battle, and that'll be the next video. And we got this guy like 1 space away from us. We're trying to get back to here. I'm hoping there's going to be the other end of the river, like here or here, something. I didn't want to just fly right back into his face. We would have had to have fought him already if I'd done that because he's moved a lot. So Okay, there you go. Some more adventuring in Aeon Trespass Odyssey. I hope you've enjoyed this. If there's anything that I did wrong or left out, please let me know in the comments below. And I hope you enjoy everything I'm putting up on the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.